Hello guys, welcome back. My name's Nathan, and today we're going to be discussing the IIHF suspending Evgeny Kuznetsov 4 years for testing positive on illegal drugs. Now, a few weeks back, we saw the Russian star Evgeny Kuznetsov in a pretty sketchy video around the Cup final, doing some pretty naughty stuff around some drugs on a certain table in his hotel room. But looks like the IIHF, not just with that video, but also with some new research, has suspended him for 4 years. So what are the repercussions here, and could he miss the World Championships, even the Olympics in 2022? Watch till the end to find out. Now, normally when it comes to this kind of drug incidents, I don't usually like to cover them. Again, there was that incident back with Kuznetsov a few weeks back where there was that video showing a few lines on a table of white powder. I didn't want to make any assumptions at that point. I was going to wait until the info was released. And man, this morning I was searching up NHL news and we got some pretty decent information. Not going to lie, it was a pretty big news drop. But again, I don't normally cover this stuff, but this is pretty huge news, and especially big news for Russian hockey for certain. Evgeny Kuznetsov being a big part of that franchise for a long time. I don't know if he'll get suspended by the Washington Capitals, but this could have big repercussions, especially in the NHL. Now, Evgeny Kuznetsov is one of my favorite players in the Washington Capitals. Again, having that Dirty Eagle celebration is one of my favorite in NHL history. And I like Kuznetsov. I'm not afraid to say it, not because he does drugs, but just because he's a skillful, fast, and honestly important player for the Washington Capitals too. And when it comes to Kuznetsov, again, the NHL repercussion is going to be really interesting to see because he was tested positive. Now, YouTube doesn't like me saying the actual drug, but it is Coca-Cola. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. That's what it is. But besides that, again, I don't know if there'll be repercussions for the Washington Capitals there. They might end up suspending him. Maybe the NHL does its own test. Maybe they end up suspending him this season. But again, this is pretty serious business. And for the IIHF, obviously, they take no business here. They suspend him for 4 full years, which again, will suspend him for the World Championships. Now, the interesting thing here is 4 years, since this year is obviously 2019. The Olympics is 2022. I would guess that this means that he's not eligible for the 2022 Olympics, which for Team Russia is a huge blow. But I'm not going to beat around the bush and say that this is like the only incident that's ever happened. NHL players do this stuff on a regular basis, and it just happens. It's a special thing, especially when it comes to Russian NHL players. It's even more common. But just in the NHL in general, drug use, doing stuff like Coca-Cola, it usually happens, and it's more of a normal thing than some people might expect. I don't think it should be a normal thing, but it is a normal thing. When you're that rich, when you're that powerful, I mean, it just happens, and those type of guys buy that type of money, and that's what they spend their money on too. So Kuznetsov doing this, he's a young Russian forward. It doesn't surprise me whatsoever. I'm disappointed, of course, again, 4 full years, but for Team Russia, that's going to be one of their biggest blows. He's one of their best up-and-coming forward guys right now and in the future. And I have my certain beliefs. I don't do drugs. I don't do any of that crap. I don't want to do that crap. So obviously there's a different mindset there. I don't like to do that, but obviously Kuznetsov enjoys a little bit of Coca-Cola on his Saturdays. So again, it'll punish him there. You get 4 years in the IIHF. He pretty much knew that. If he didn't know that, then I don't know what he was doing there. Again, when it comes to the IIHF, if you're doing cocaine, I don't know how many other people they'll suspend, because Kuznetsov was one of the only guys that had this very public video of it actually happening, but they also again tested him positive, so that means on a different incident he was also positive for Coca-Cola. So again, I think when it comes to this whole situation, I think it might be a lesson learned for Kuznetsov, but I don't think he's gonna not do it anymore, because again, he obviously enjoys doing it. If he didn't enjoy doing it, he wouldn't do it in the first place. So when it comes to Kuznetsov, he is a brilliant player. I don't know if we'll see repercussions in the NHL. If we do, that's a huge blow to the Washington Capitals. I don't know if the NHL will use the IIHF's test results, but we'll see when that happens. But again, I want to see some new information coming out before I made a video on this Kuznetsov situation. We saw some big news finally come out. And again, Kuznetsov for 4 years in the IIHF. It'll probably not be that big of repercussions in the NHL. Maybe I would say at max, like maybe 40 games for drug use. It'll depend what'll end up happening. But for the Washington Capitals, this is not the greatest news. And for Team Russia, especially in those Olympics, it's not looking too great. But honestly, I'm just wishing Evgeny Kuznetsov the best of luck. I'm hoping he's in the best place possible, and hopefully he's able to drop that or addiction, whatever he might have. I'm just hoping he's the happiest person he can be right now. Hopefully he's able to move on from this incident and somewhat learn from this accident too. And just in general, for the statement for the kids as well. Don't do drugs. They're kind of bad, especially cocaine. I mean, Coca-Cola is probably better, though I do prefer Pepsi, but just don't do drugs. At least if you can help it. But of course, with this video, I need to hear your guys' thoughts down those comments down below. So let me know what you think about Evgeny Kuznetsov being suspended 4 years by the IIHF. What do you think about this whole crazy situation? And I guess, what are your thoughts on Coca-Cola versus Pepsi? I want to know your thoughts down those comments down below. But if you guys want some more Grav videos just like this one, you should click on this card right here to watch my top 50 best NHL prospects. And I was thinking a little bit of time or hard time to recommending videos because there's nothing really like this on the channel. But hey, go click it. It's worth it. But that'll be it for today, guys. If you guys enjoy, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell if you haven't already. And again, comment down below your thoughts on this crazy Evgeny Kuznetsov situation. Right now, I'm in Albuquerque, having a decent time. But I'll see you guys next video or stream. Goodbye.